this is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Today we're showing parts 6 through 10 of the Green Hornet. Now this one also stars Key Luke, and I keep flipping the page on this, Gordon Jones. If you're wondering what the connection is between the Green Hornet and the Lone Ranger, the Lone Ranger and the Green Hornet were both made by the same radio show company. The Lone Ranger is actually Reid's great uncle. So if you ever wondered why, we'll tell you in a few minutes later. So enjoy a couple of the chapters and we'll be back. Thanks again.
That's Meadows. We'll put him in Britt Reid's car. Came from that direction. Place, all right. Look, there was someone in this car. Say, this is Britt Reid's car that was reported stolen. That's right. A stolen car and a homicide. Say, we've stumbled onto something big. I wonder if there's a phone in this place. There must be one in that office over there. You call headquarters. I'll take care of things around here. Right.
like a spook. I never saw a car move so fast.
You all right, Mr. Britt?
Fit as a fiddle, Kato. How about you?
I do not think I'm going to join my ancestors. Just yet, Mr. Britt.
Oh, you'll be all right.
You've been called here to receive a message of special importance from the chief himself.
We're ready to hear you, sir.
As a result of the Green Hornet's operations, our stolen car organization is smashed. Fortunately for us, Meadows won't ever talk. The toll taken by the Green Hornet is mounting. His interference in our affairs has cost us hundreds of thousands. He must be removed without delay. As an incentive toward this end, I've authorized Monroe to pay $100,000 to the man who puts an end to the Green Hornet's career. That's all, gentlemen.
Why wasn't Rockford at this meeting?
He was busy moving the headquarters of the Blue Streak bus lines out to the old Mortensen place.
Oh, I see. Getting ready to give the Whippet line buses the works, huh?
That's the reason he moved out there. It's near their repair garage.
Now, the Whippet Bus Lines franchise is up for renewal at the end of the month.
And if it shouldn't be renewed?
The Blue Streak Bus Lines would have no competition, Dean.
I get you, Rocky.
Now, if you two could get jobs as mechanics in the Whippet garage...
It's in the bag, boss. Something tells me that from now on, the Whippet service is going to be terrible.
Mm-hmm. So long.
See you later.
Morning, Miss Case.
Just a minute, Mr. Reid. Tell Mr. West that Mr. Reid will see him in a minute. Gunnigan is waiting downstairs with Mr. West. He wants to see you.
Mr. West.
President of Whippet Bus Lines.
Oh, send him right up.
And for 12 years, the Whippet Bus Lines have maintained an enviable record of service and safety.
Well, perhaps your employees are coasting along on that record, Mr. West, and just getting careless.
No, that's not it. I believe the Blue Streak Bus Lines want us to lose our franchise so they won't have any competition.
Well, surely you can't blame them for accidents to your lines. The Blue Streak Company is an old established firm, too.
Now, it may only be a coincidence, but the fact remains, our trouble dates from the time the Blue Streak Company changed management 6 months ago.
What do you want me to do?
I'd like to see the Sentinel do something about the matter.
I'm sorry, Mr. West. The Sentinel has never interfered in squabbles between competitors.
I'm sorry you feel that way about it, Mr. Reid.
Excuse me. Reid, I've just made an important discovery.
Don't tell me you solved perpetual motion.
Yes, sir, and I... No. It's about the old Martinson place out on the Westwood Pike.
Is it haunted?
It's open again, and it's being used as headquarters by the Blue Streak Bus Lines.
Well, so what?
Well, now, it was used by crooks once. Maybe another set of crooks is using it again.
Oh, you got a terrific imagination, Michael.
Don't it look suspicious to you, sir?
No, it does not.
Britt, West suspects the Blue Streak Company of sabotage. I think it'd be a pretty good idea to have Lowry get down and check up on the situation.
All right. Put Lowry on the story. And if it'll make you any happier, I'll take some bus rides myself.
There. That ought to fix it. When she gets rolling down grade.
Hey, you're sure this bus is going to the terminal empty? The boss said there was to be no accidents to people.
Don't worry, it'll be empty. I checked with the dispatcher. Okay, 16's ready to roll.
Where are you going?
Suburban terminal empty.
New orders, bud.
More trouble?
57's broken down near Clover Hill grade. You'll have to pick up his load.
Right.
Come on.
You discovered what's wrong?
Yeah, there's a couple of bearings shot.
What's the matter? Whippet Line's operating buses with old motors?
No, this is a brand new job, but it's the third breakdown I've had with it.
Oh, that's strange.
Strange? Say, you know, this oil feels like it has emery dust in it. You know... Say, here comes number 16 now to pick up my load. You got orders to pick up my load?
Yeah, get him in here.
Okay. Well, sorry we delayed you. This bus will take you there. Step inside, please. Yeah, just take this bus. Yeah, go right inside.
Pretty fast down the grade.
Don't tell the passengers, Mr. Reid, but my brakes are gone.
What can you do?
I can handle the grade, but I'm worried about the bridge at the bottom.
One that's being repaired?
Yeah, there's a bad dip in a detour, and at this speed, we're liable to tip over. There's the bridge. All I can do is try. You'll never make that detour. There's no other route. Yes, there is.
When did you first feel your brakes starting to go?
Well, I started to slow down on the downgrade.
How long has it been since they've been inspected?
This bus just came out of the shop less than an hour ago.
Well, let's take a look at the brake rods. Well, this rod has been almost cut in two by a hacksaw. The failure of your brakes was not accidental.
That's right, there's no mistake about that. How do you like that?
Well, I don't get it.
Every time a Whippet bus breaks down, there's always a blue streak on a job to take over our passengers.
Mr. Reid just came in, Mr. West. I'm sorry you had to wait.
That's quite all right, Miss Case.
I guess he was delayed getting into town.
Thank you.
Hello, West.
Hello, Reid.
The last time we talked, you hinted that the Blue Streak people were trying to cripple the Whippet lines.
I'm convinced of it.
Well, have you any proof?
No, I haven't. All I know is our buses have experienced a large number of breakdowns lately, which look like sabotage.
But you have no tangible evidence.
And that's what worries me. This is a case that even the police can't touch.
I see. What do you figure these breakdowns have cost you?
I can't estimate what it's cost our reputation, but I should say our repairs have run about $12,000 over normal.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much. I think the Sentinel will look into the bus transportation business thoroughly.
Good.
Miss Case, will you tell Axford I'm ready to go home?
He went out just about the time you came in.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. He just said he had a hunch and he was going to follow it.
Well, 2 to 1 would lead him into trouble.
What goes on?
This bird was trying to get in the window downstairs, Rocky.
Burglar, huh?
Nah, he's Mike Axford, a reporter for the Sentinel.
Oh, a reporter, huh? Well, in that case, take off his gag, boys. You didn't have to break in here, Mr. Axford. We're always willing to talk to the press. What was it you wanted to find out?
I wanted to see with my own eyes what kind of deviltry was being cooked up in this crooked house.
Deviltry? Well, I don't know what you mean.
Oh, yes, you do.
Me and the Sentinel's got enough on you to send you to the pen for life.
Oh, you have? That's different. Here, time up. Was anybody else with him?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I would, and I'm going to find out. Let's go downstairs and take a look around. Time up good. That'll hold him. We'll take care of this snooper a little later.
I don't know where to start with this Blue Streak outfit, Kato. It's definitely a case for the Hornet, but where can I get evidence?
Why not call the officers of the Blue Streak line, Mr. Britt? If no one is there, you might pay them a visit.
That's a good idea.
Hello, who is it?
This is Brett Reid of the Sentinel.
Glory be, this is Michael Axford.
Who?
Michael Axford.
I'm at the Murtensen place. They've got me tied up.
A prisoner. Hello? Hello?
Hi there. Who's calling?
Is this Westlake 4915?
No, this is Westwood 4915.
I'm sorry, I guess I have the wrong number. They're holding Axford at the old Mortensen place.
That is not good, but it gives the Hornet an objective.
Get my mask and gun. We've got to move fast.
So you thought you'd pull a fast one. What was you saying on that phone?
Nothing but hello. You heard me.
I don't know whether that was a phony call or not. We better not take any chances. Better get rid of this mug.
We'll get out on the garage and speed Joe up. He's fixing a tire.
Make it snappy. I'll see if I can start this bird to singing. Are you going to talk or not? For the last time, you're going to tell me what Reid sent you up here to find out?
I'm telling you nothing, Rockford.
Get away from that man. I said get away from him.
You're the Green Hornet.
Exactly. Why have you got this man tied up?
Why, who, me?
Never mind. I'll release you and then you beat it.
You two and get up from there. It's a happy day this night is. I've got you, and at last I've got the Green Hornet where I want him.
Give me that gun, you idiot.
I don't hold your breath, Hornet, until I give it to you, or maybe it would be just as well if you did.
Shall I tie him up?
No. Get over there, you two, or I can watch you. I'll have no conniving between you. Come on, move.
I suppose you're going to call the police.
That's just what I'm going to do. Hello. Hello. What?
Drop that receiver. Now get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Now I'll deal with you and your racketeering bus line.
I'm running a legitimate business. You're the one that's a racketeer.
I know all about the sabotage you've had done on the Whippet buses.
You're crazy. The Blue Streak is an old established company.
Don't lie to me. I know your men cut the brake rods on a Whippet bus today and nearly cost the lives of half a dozen people.
That was an empty bus that...
Uh-huh. It was supposed to be empty, but it wasn't. Rockford, your methods are old-fashioned. I'll show you a much better way to really put a bus line out of business.
I get it. You want to cut in with us.
What do you think?
All right, what's your price?
$12,000 on the line and a signed agreement for 25% of your take.
Okay, it's a deal. I'll write you out a check while you draw up the agreement.
No check, Rockford. Cash.
But I haven't got that much money here.
If we're going to be partners, let's not start out by lying. I happen to know you keep plenty of cash here.
All right. Tell me how you want the agreement to read, and I'll write it out and sign it for you.
I'm telling you, Tim, the Green Hornet's there. At the old Martinson place on the Westwood Pike. No, you better send 3 squads. Right.
There's your agreement, Hornet. Now let's have a few of your ideas.
Thanks, Rockford. That's just the evidence I needed to smash your racket. Now I'm turning you over to the police.
Why, you crook, you said you was going to show me how to put a bus line out of business.
I am, and it's your bus line. This $12,000 will just pay the repair bills on the Whippet buses. And now I want to know who's the head of all your rackets. Come on. Don't use those guns. You'll hit Rockford, and I'll get you both before you can fire again.
No, don't shoot.
The chief's orders are to get the Hornet regardless. Too bad, Rocky.
Wait. Circle around him. He can't cover all 3 of us.
Down the floor, Rocky.
No, don't shoot. Circle around him. He can't cover all 3 of us.
Down the floor, Rocky.
The police are coming.
This has been a good night's work, Kato. When the district attorney receives this evidence in his morning mail, it'll be the end of Mr. Rockford's bus racket.
What's the Green Hornet breaks another racket? Rockford indicted. What's straight?
Yes?
Mr. Roberts is calling.
Put him right on. Hello, Charles. How are you?
I'm fine. Listen, Britt, I have to see you right away.
Well, it sounds like you've really got something.
I have, and it's big. So big that I'm going to the district attorney right after I...
Hello? Hello? Charles? Hello? Operator, I've been cut off.
There's no one on the line now, sir.
Thank you. I'm going down to Charles Roberts' office.
Yes, sir.
Is Mr. Roberts in? Well, hello, Johnny. What are you doing here?
Hello, Mr. Reid. Well, I just got out of school. Charlie's teaching me the trucking business. Won't be long before it's Roberts Brothers Incorporated.
Oh, that's swell, John. Is Charles in?
Sure. I'll give him a bite. I guess it's out of order.
Is there anybody with him?
No, I'll take you right in. It's funny, it's locked. Charlie! Hey, Charlie!
Have you got a key?
Yeah, I've got one. Charlie, Mr. Reid is here. Hey, Britt, what's the matter
There's
with
a gun
him?
in his hand.
Charlie! He's dead, Britt.
Don't you?
But Britt, he's dead.
Oh, you mustn't touch anything. He's been shot. You've got to call the police.
Just a plain case of suicide, Reid.
I can't believe it. Roberts had just been talking to me on the telephone. He didn't sound like a man that was going to commit suicide. John, did anybody come to see Charles between the time he called me at 9:30 and the time I arrived here?
There you are, Reid.
But I tell you, there was someone in here. That cigarette was burning when we first discovered the body. And Charles Roberts never smoked cigarettes.
Look, Reid. The man was found shot. The gun was in his hand. The wound could be self-inflicted. The outer door is bolted from the inside. Add it all up, it equals suicide. Unless you can get some further evidence. The case will have to go as reported.
I'll get that evidence. John, are you sure you can think of nothing that would have made Charles do a thing?
No, I can't, Mr. Reid.
And you didn't leave your office at any time?
No, I didn't.
Well, then why didn't you hear the shot?
Well, I was probably in the stockroom.
Then you did leave your office.
But I was only gone for a few minutes.
Well, it'd been long enough. Tell me, do you know what Charles was going to talk to me about over the phone?
No, I don't. He was looking at some insurance reports which seemed to upset him, and then he told me to take a bill of lading out to the stockroom.
Do you know what was in those reports?
About truck breakdowns, delaying shipments, causing insurance rates to be increased, costing us a lot of customers.
Sabotage?
Well, the insurance investigators thought so.
Where are those papers? I'd like to see them.
Why, they're on the desk. They were there. That's funny, they're gone.
That's enough for me. Charles was murdered, and the man that did it took those papers.
How would you like a good job? I've got a good job. Listen, why don't you Tri-State guys stay out of here? We don't want any part of that outfit.
You guys are haywire. Tri-State pays better.
Well, Acme pays us okay. We're not interested.
Hey, speak for yourself, Bill. I think I would be interested.
Say, you're going to run out on the company, huh? Why, you...
Michael, I want you to get me all the information you can concerning the recent accidents at the Acme Transportation Company.
You mean the Jinx Transportation Company, don't you?
Why do you say that?
On account of all the accidents that's been happening to their trucks. Don't you read your own paper?
Check with all the Acme competitors. I want to know who's getting their canceled contracts.
Yes, sir.
And James, I want you to go down to our morgue and get all the dope you can on the accidents to Acme trucks.
Right. Oh, boy, I smell a story. Wexley, Sentinel, paper. Read about that truck probe. Big truck probe coming.
Chief wanted you here at 10 o'clock. Says your department is falling down on the job. Let's see what he has to say. We're ready, sir. Sligby, I want contracts. Let this small fry alone. Get after the big ones. Tim Bryan is the biggest shipper in the valley. I want him signed. Get him. I don't care how you do it.
Mr. Bryan, Tri-State would like to handle your transportation. We can save you a lot of money.
Acme has been handling our stuff for a good many years, Mr. Dean.
Yes, I know. But we not only can beat their prices, but guarantee delivery and on time.
Acme does that, and I'm willing to pay their charges. If I left them now, they'd close down completely.
If you don't, you might close down.
That sounds like a threat, Mr. Dean.
No, not at all. Only Acme's been having a lot of mishaps lately. Delays are costly, and in the case of perishables, ruinous.
You have my decision.
Very well, Mr. Bryan. See you again. Good day.
Acme's biggest shipper, according to your report, is Bryan. He's got a load of perishables going to Kentville today. Where did we go to contact him?
Why, Britt, at the Acme Yards, of course.
Well, if what I suspect is true, the yards are being watched, and I don't want to be seen.
Oh, well, there's the Market Coffee Shop. All the trucks going in and out of town stop there.
All right, the Market Coffee Shop it is. And we better take one of our delivery trucks. I want to attract as little attention as possible.
I got you.
All right, give us anything that's cold, sister.
Hi, fellas.
Hi. How's Jinx' outfit?
That ain't funny, wise guy. How'd you get this far without breaking down? It's 12 blocks from the depot.
That truck's as good as any Tri-State has, and it ain't gonna break down. I checked it all myself, every inch. So long, sir. Why don't you look where you're going?
What's the hurry, buddy? You're not going any place with that Acme truck. Bet he doesn't make the bottom of the hill.
Shut up.
Come on, let's get out of here. And listen, put a muffler on that big mouth of yours.
That didn't sound like kidding to me.
We better get out and take a look at that truck. Hope he makes it.
Say, that was a swell job of driving, buddy.
What happened?
Felt like I lost my brake fluid.
That couldn't have been done deliberately, could it?
Sure, in 2 minutes. Say, that tri-state crook told me I wouldn't get very far. Well, this is goodbye Acme Transportation Company.
What do you mean?
If I don't get this load in on time, we lose the Bryan contract.
You won't lose the Bryan contract. Get a tow rope and we'll pull you in.
Okay, buddy, let's go.
Good evening, Mr. Britt.
Hello, Kato. Get the gun, mask, and car ready. We're going out tonight.
Where to?
To the Tri-State Truck Depot.
Wait for me.
See this old bridge? Mm-hmm. Well, Acme's crossing it tonight with a truckload of Bryan's perishables.
Using the old road to fool us, huh?
Yeah. Corey, get the boys and put that bridge out of commission. Dean, take Andy and fix that carload of fruit that Bryan has at the railroad yards.
Yeah, that'll show him the dealing with Acme is expensive.
See you at the bridge, Corey.
How come? Thought you were laying low since you bumped Roberts.
Lay off that Roberts business. There's no evidence against me.
Not if you destroyed those insurance papers you took off Roberts' desk.
Don't worry about that. I've got those locked in the safe. Get started, you fellas.
Don't move, Slickby.
The Green Hornet. What do you want?
The insurance report you took from Charles Roberts the night you murdered him.
I didn't kill Roberts.
I know you did, and I want those reports.
I'll get them.
Tie him up, Kato. Police headquarters? Captain Ridge, send a squad car to the Tri-State Trucking Office. You'll find Robert's murderer there.
Where will we go now?
Down to the freight yard to get Sligby's partners.
Open that car door while I get this fruit destroyer ready.
This is far enough, Kato. Throw off your lights and silence the motor. Stay here. Get away from that lock.
The Green Hornet.
And keep your hands away from that gun. I want to ask you a few questions. Where's your partner?
Right behind you. Give me your gun. Head for the gang of the bridge.
It's no use, and you haven't a chance.
I've cut the cables on the other side.
This is the last one this side.
haven't a chance.
Here.
Are you hurt badly? No, but I think the man I was fighting with is. I saw some men on the other side, signaling to stop the truck before it went onto the bridge. They were the men Sligby sent to wreck the bridge. Where's the car? This way.
Found hand and foot with the seal of the Green Hornet in his hand. Documents found in Sligby's pockets are believed to be sufficient evidence to convict him of the murder.
You don't have to read it to me, Casey. I wrote it. And boy, was it a scoop.
If you wrote it, why do you keep calling the Hornet a crook? Why not find out what the man is after instead of classing him with hoodlums and racketeers?
That's the stuff, Miss Case. What do you suggest we better do?
Find out who the Green Hornet is.
Find out who the Green Hornet is. We had a dozen paying rackets and the police couldn't touch us. And now the Hornet steps in.
And he not only breaks the rackets, but gets the men that runs them. Markheim and Grant dead. Morrison and Rockford in jail. And now they got a murder charge against Sligby with enough evidence to hang him.
Sligby won't squeal on the syndicate. But unless you men track down the Hornet, there won't be any syndicate.
Dean and I have tracked him down more than once. We've been lucky to live to tell about it.
Look, Monroe, every time the Hornet strikes, the Sentinel has the information first. Think there's any connection?
And the Sentinel offering $1,000 reward for the Hornet, dead or alive? Don't be a fool.
Look, Reid, I got something.
Well, it must be a date the way you're dialed up.
Dialed up, is it? Sure, that's what I want to talk to you about. $1.25 it cost me to have this suit pressed. 6 months ago, the price was 75 cents.
The price of labor has gone up.
You mean the price of protection's gone up? Look at this. I found that in my coat pocket when I brought the suit home.
We can't print this. It's unsigned.
Ah, yes, but I could interview this guy, Levinson.
Well, even if it were true, he wouldn't dare talk. But I'll keep it on file in case something turns up.
That's right, laddie. We better find it, sure.
The gun, Mr. Britt.
Thanks, Kato. Perhaps the Green Hornet can persuade Mr. Levinson to tell some things he wouldn't dare tell the police.
I've been waiting 20 minutes, man of action. What's on your so-called mind?
Sure, I'm giving you a chance for a front-page picture. A man named Levinson.
Is he important?
After I've interviewed him, he'd be the most important man in town.
Hello?
That's you, Levinson? Well, listen. Your protection money hasn't been paid this month.
But I haven't got the money. Business is bad. My customers are all kicking it. They're raising prices.
Be ready for a quick getaway.
mind the excuses. You'll remember what happened to the others that didn't pay.
Give me another day. I'll raise the money, Lynch. Somehow.
Give me that phone. Hello? Hello? Who was on that phone?
Who are you? Green Hornet.
Yes. Who are you talking to?
No, someone had the wrong number.
Don't lie, Levinson. I know you and others are paying for protection.
This is the place. Wait here till I see where the fella talking to.
You'll probably scare him off before I get a lens on him.
I want to know who collects that money and the name of the man who sends him.
And why should I tell you? He would hijack him, and I'd have to pay twice.
Then you admit you're paying.
I admit nothing.
Open that door. Come on, open that door.
Good evening, Mr. Levinson. I'm Michael Axford, representing the Daily Sentinel. I'm here for a little interview. Now then, $1.25 you charged me for pressing the last suit I sent.
I've nothing to say to reporters.
Oh, come on now, Mr. Levinson. Sure, the Sentinel wants to help you. And you know, there's nobody here but the two of us. By the ghost of St. Patrick, the Green Hornet. So it was you that was collecting the blood money for the rackets, you murdering pirate.
Here you are. Now I want that information.
Come on, get it.
Come on, Kato.
The Hornet! It was himself in there. Did you see him?
Did I see him? I'll tell the world I did. And took his picture.
His picture? Well, which way?
Let me see that picture of the Hornet.
Clicker scooped the town.
That's great. Gunnigan see the clicker gets a bonus. Break up the front page to find room for that picture.
I sure will. This'll jump circulation plenty.
And my story of the Hornet and his gang.
Gang? I thought the Hornet always worked alone.
Alone, is it? Sure, if he'd been alone, I'd have had him. But he had 3 lobby gals with him as big as gorillas and twice as ugly.
And Gunnigan put a rewrite man on Axford's story.
Oh.
This photograph of the Hornet gives us a chance to pile the whole thing right in his lap. All ready, Chief. The men are waiting for your orders. It's necessary to take care of Levinson at once before police force him to talk. Andy and Pete will attend to this. Dean will convey these instructions to Lynch. If he's interviewed, he's to admit the existence of a protective association and intimate that the Hornet is behind it. If you act at once, we can clear ourselves and start a manhunt for the Hornet from which he can't escape. That's all. You all understand what you're to do?
Leave Levinson to us.
Dean, you know what you're to tell Lynch.
Hello. Police department? Well, this is Jay Levinson.
It's the calling card of the Green Hornet. There's no doubt now who committed this murder.
Well, it certainly looks conclusive.
I still don't believe it. Since when has the Hornet been working by daylight?
I'll ask him that when he's brought in. We're going to get him if I have to make a house-to-house search.
Did you interview the cleaners and dyers on the list I gave you?
Well, most of them, but they all deny any knowledge of a protection racket. I've left Lynch's place until the last.
Lynch, huh? I'll have a little talk with Mr. Lynch myself.
I want to see you a minute.
All right, I'm coming.
What are you doing back here?
The Sentinel's got men out interviewing all the cleaning plants in town.
They haven't been here.
Well, they will be. The boss wants to be sure that you have your orders straight.
Yeah, I got them all right. And I don't like them. It'll leave me wide open to an attack from the Hornet.
Oh, you're safe enough. With the dragnet out for the Hornet, he won't dare come out of cover.
Mr. Lynch?
Yes. What can I do for you?
I'm Reid of the Sentinel. We're out to smash a protection racket, and we need your cooperation.
I was going to see you, Mr. Reid. I've been afraid to call the police in ever since what happened to Levinson.
And there is a protection racket. Who collects your money?
My name won't be mentioned?
Only the names of the guilty will be published.
The Green Hornet makes the collections.
Are you sure of that?
I've met him, face to face.
Well, that's fine, Mr. Lynch. I hope you don't meet him again.
Lynch didn't like his orders. Won't destroy his plant.
Well, maybe that can be arranged.
How about Lynch?
I don't think we'll need Lynch anymore.
Suits me.
Did you phone Lynch?
Yes, Mr. Britt, as you ordered. I informed him anonymously that the police would raid his place tonight.
Did he believe you?
He seemed frightened. I believe he is on his way to destroy his papers.
We'd better be going.
The gasoline is in the back.
Faster, Kato, faster.
Lynch meant to cross the chief, huh?
He's not going to cross anybody.
You're sap. Place is full of gasoline fumes. Do you want to blow it up? Come on.
What do you want? Who are you? The Green Hornet.
Yes, Lynch. An old acquaintance, according to the papers.
They made me blame it on you.
They? Who are they? Who do you take orders from?
Do I go free if I talk?
I'm not here to bargain. I want the names of those racketeers.
I've got a list here.
No, you don't.
Hello, this is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal. Back again. Hope you enjoyed a couple of those chapters. I'll give you a brief history on how the Lone Ranger is related to the Green Hornet, and I have to look down for a couple seconds. Captain Reid of the Texas Rangers leads a squad to pursue legendary outlaw Butch Cavendish. A double-crossing guide leads the men into a trap at Bryant's Gap. Cavendish's game ambushes the Reid squad, slaughtering the Rangers. A Lone Ranger survives, John Reid, younger brother of Dan Reid. Tonto, an Indian, comes across the site, notices John Reid barely alive, and tends to his wounds. Reid makes a mask from his dead brother's vest to hide his identity from the outlaws, and Tonto, along with him, begin a quest to avenge the deaths of Dan Reid and the other Rangers by capturing Cavendish. John Reid makes another vow to bring Cavendish to justice and to raise his nephew, Dan Reid Jr. Dan Reid Jr. joined the Lone Ranger early on in the episodes when his mother was killed. So he was raised with the Lone Ranger and Tonto. Dan Reid Jr. then grew up to own the Daily Sentinel, a great metropolitan newspaper. I just love saying that term. Now, when Dan Reid Jr. gets older, he has a son called Britt Reid. Britt Reid, in turn, became the Green Hornet to fight crime. He also used his grandfather's vest, what was left of it, dyed it green and made it into his mask. The mask that you see in the cereal, that's the one they wore back then. So we'll be back. Hope you enjoy a couple of the shorts, and we'll be back later. Thanks.
Let's get out of the fire.
I don't know.
We gotta make sure. Chief wants his mouth shut.
It'll be a pleasure. Quick, Kato, they've spotted us.
Gone the way it always does. There's something spooky the way that car disappears.
I have an idea how we can get a line on that guy, Lynch.
Yeah, what is it?
He's got an interest in his brother's business. But he escaped. He's just dumb enough to go to his brother's place to hide out.
A bad stroke of luck losing Lynch like that.
Yes, Mr. Britt.
We've got to find him again if we hope to end this cleaning and dyeing racket. Well, let's get some sleep.
Hello? Yes, this is Mr. Reid's apartment. No, this is Michael Axford, his bodyguard. Yes, Mr. Reid's here, but he can't be disturbed.
But I've got to talk to him. It's a matter of life or death.
Now, look, I can't understand you. Will you calm down?
Tell him it's about the Green Hornet.
The Green Hornet? Well, why didn't you say so? Reid! Reid, wake up, will you? Reid!
What is it, Michael?
You're wanted on the phone. It's the Green Hornet.
The Green Hornet?
I mean, it's about the Green Hornet. There's life or death, he says.
Britt Reid speaking. Who are you? Lynch? What Lynch? Oh, I see. What do you want?
I just got a tip that my associates are going to kill me. I don't dare go to the police. And the Green Hornet is after me, too.
What do you expect me to do about it?
When you've got influence, Mr. Reid. Yeah, I'll tell all I know about the cleaning and dyeing rackets. And it's plenty. But I want to guarantee your protection.
Well, I can't promise you anything, but I feel the district attorney would be interested. Where are you now?
At my brother's office, 219 4th Street. And I'm alone. Get over here at once. And my associates are hot on my trail.
I'll be right down. Michael, we've got to move fast. Where's your car?
It's in front. I was going to put it away, but I dozed off.
Kato, my hat and coat. Send it to 219 4th Street. Tell them there may be a murder.
Wonder who tipped Lynch he was on the spot.
Step on it, Michael. We've got to get to him before his gang does.
Calling car 37. Calling car 37.
Go to 219 4th Street. 219 4th Street. And investigate the trouble. Be careful. It may be a shooting. That is all.
Calling car 42. Car 42. Go to 37 District.
Locked. Cover the back door.
No. No, Dean. Don't shoot.
Reid, an accident.
Kill Lynch. Let's get after him.
You're a rotten shot, Michael.
Oh, it's just this police ammunition I'm using. Let's get after them in my car.
Oh, it's too late. They've got too big a lead. There's been a killing. The men who did it went that way in a black sedan.
Okay, Mr. Reid, we'll go after it.
I'll report to headquarters for you.
Come on, Michael.
Call police headquarters.
Yes, sir. This is Michael Axford. There's been a murder at... where is this place?
219 4th Street.
219 4th Street. Send the homicide squad, the coroner, fingerprint men, photographers. No, I don't want the mayor and the governor, too. I know what I'm about. 'Twas me who was phoning in calls while you were still bawling in your crate. Police car trailing us.
Stop! We've smashed into something.
Hey,
make of that?
Oh, sure, Lynch was drawing pictures while he was talking to you on the phone.
Men don't do that when they're excited. That's a picture of a wastebasket.
Now, why would he be drawing that?
To call our attention to it. It's a letter. Lynch hid it in the wastebasket so the men that were after him wouldn't find it.
Well, read it.
Mr. Reid, they're closing in on me. But if they get me, I'll have my revenge by this letter. The Green Hornet has nothing to do with the protection racket. My associates in the syndicate made me lie about that. They also killed Lavinson. Now they are after me. I hope you will avenge my death by trapping them. The big boss of all the rackets is a man named...
Well, go on. What's his name?
Unfortunately, that's all the time Lynch had to write. It confirms my belief that there is a head to this crime ring. We've got to find him and wipe him out.
Whoopsie! Green Hornet escaped again! Whoopsie! Green Hornet still in bond! Whoopsie! All about the Green Hornet escape! Sentinel, whoopsie! Read about it in the Sentinel.
I've just been talking to the chief. He's pretty sore about what happened last night. You had both the Green Hornet and Britt Reid on the spot and you let them go.
I'm not so sure the Green Hornet wasn't burned up in that fire.
That's just it. You're not sure. Lynch got out. Why couldn't the Green Hornet, too? And later you had Reid dead to rights. And if you hadn't been so anxious about your own necks, we'd have been free of those damaging editorials of his.
Reid seems to be a pushover for a call for help. Maybe we can get him dead to rights again.
All right, see if you can arrange something.
I'll do that.
Lynch's letter proves conclusively, Mr. Commissioner, that the rackets are under one head. The thing to do is to find him.
The police department is doing everything it can. We follow every lead, but they all fade out. The organization is too well protected.
Well, the Green Hornet's doing his best to knock him over so he can be the big boss himself. By the way, have you increased the reward for him?
Not officially. But I'll personally double it to anybody who can get the Green Hornet dead or alive.
Put it aside for me. Sure, I'm getting closer to Mr. Hornet every minute.
Seriously now, I'd like all this cleared up before the elections. Otherwise, conditions would be bad for an honest vote. I've got to see the boss.
What's the rush, Jenks?
I've got the Hornet.
Where, in your pocket?
Oh, no kidding, Casey. This is the real McCoy.
Mr. Reid is busy.
You can count on the Sentinel in every way.
I'm sure of that, Reid. Thanks.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Boss, I tracked the Hornet to his lair. I know where that big black car of his goes every night.
How did you learn all this?
From this anonymous letter that came this morning. If you want the Hornet, you can trap him at his hideout. It is a two-story house 4 miles from the city limits on State Highway number 7. Don't tell the police or there may be a tip-off.
Say, I know that place. It's the old Martinson house. It always was a crook hangout.
So it is.
Let's get out there, Reid.
And find nothing?
Well, then you're not going?
Yes, Michael, I am. Tonight. I'll go with Jenks and Axford. You wait behind the Mortensen house with Black Beauty in the Hornet's disguise.
But why do you take this risk, Mr. Britt?
Because I feel that that letter was a trap, meant for me as Britt Reid. We'll let the Hornets bring it on and see if we can't catch somebody. Understand?
No, sir. But if you say it is all right, it must be.
You take the lower road. You'll be there long before we are. Place over there. Turn off the door and cut your lights. Coast in the shadow of those trees.
The car's here. Reid got a couple of men with him.
You cover the front and I'll take the back.
Let's rush him.
No, there's no need of anybody getting hurt. And besides, I want to catch whoever's in there alive.
Okay, you scare him out and we'll grab him.
Well, now, give me a couple of minutes to get set.
Now, Reid, go easy, boy, will you? I'd never forgive myself if anything happened to you, and me not with you.
Okay, we'll take them over. Wait till they come in, then let them have it.
I'll try to guess whoever's in there, and then rejoin Jenks and Axford when they found them.
Be careful, Mr. Britt.
I will. You wait for me at that corner of the house. I may have to get out of this disguise in a hurry.
Yes, sir.
We've waited long enough. Come on.
Hold it. Drop those guns.
Green Hornet.
Right. What's the idea of using my place as a hideout for your dirty work?
I've got you, Hornet. You better give up and come out. Dead or alive, they said. It makes no difference to me. All right, Mr. Hornet. I've got you, Hornet. You better give up and come out. Dead or alive, they said. It makes no difference to me. All right, Mr. Hornet. Reid, what are you... Where's the Hornet? Oh, don't tell me I've killed you.
Green Hornet? I had him trapped. Tried to overpower him. He escaped through that window.
But how in the world did he ever get through there? And there he goes. Sure, he must be the devil himself. You sure none of them bullets hit you, Reid?
No, I'm all right.
That's twice the Green Hornet slipped through my fingers.
You're as slippery as an eel, Michael. You got away from me, too.
I'm nearly with you by the looks of you.
Well, I guess there's nothing left to do but be on our way.
So you got the Green Hornet, eh? Nice going, Jinx.
Yeah, you seem kind of glad he got away.
Well, maybe I am. And if you ask me, I think he's giving the crooks a run for their money.
Yeah, well, wait until after the election and watch the Canby administration give the Green Hornet a run for his money.
You talk as if John Canby were already elected.
It's in the bag, Casey, because that boy has promised to really clean up the town.
Oh, Casey. Reid's in his office, isn't he?
He's with Judge Stanton, head of the Non-Partisan Voters League.
Suffering mackerel, now the many fish.
Even at this late hour, if the Sentinel will come out in favor of Hargrave, he'd be elected mayor tomorrow.
Why should the Sentinel take a stand against Canby, his opponent? He has a clean record.
I have reason to believe that every crook in town is backing Canby.
Have you any definite proof of that?
No.
Well, I'm sorry, Judge. Unless you can bring forward definite proof, the Sentinel will have to maintain its neutral stand.
You're making a mistake, Reid.
I don't think so.
Ogden, these figures gathered from Canby's precinct captains indicate his election.
Then it's in the bag?
We've got to make sure. Sit down. Now, in these wards here, we've got to muster more sure votes for Canby.
Oh, that'll be a cinch. The boys have made enough false registrations to elect an alley cat mayor.
Well, if we can make Canby mayor, our syndicate will clean up millions.
Yeah. It'll be easier to get rid of Britt Reid than the Green Hornet.
Reid.
Good morning, Mr. Reid.
Morning.
The vote's coming in heavy.
That's fine. I'm always glad to see people take an interest in civic affairs.
Michael Expert.
That's Britt Reid of the Sentinel. He's done more for this town than any man I know of.
That's a true word for you. He's done just that.
Names, gentlemen?
Scanlon's the name. George Scanlon.
Here, you can't do that.
Oh, no?
Alex, stuffing an attempted murder. That car going away there.
Michael, you call an ambulance and then stay here. I'm going after those crooks. Evidence of intimidation and corruption in all precincts. 4 men have been killed and a dozen others sent to hospitals. That's all, Miss Case. Transcribe it and get a rewrite man on it.
Yes, sir.
I want an extra on the street as quickly as possible. Judge Stanton was right. The criminal element of this city is lined up solidly behind Canby.
No casualties among the Candy people, eh?
Not one.
That's not all. The Canby crowd are voting ghosts.
Are you sure of that?
Dead sure. The registration lists have names of people that have been dead for years.
I want an extra on the streets quickly.
On the way.
Axford, get my car on in front, on the double.
Yes, sir.
Pick up a camera and meet me downstairs in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Say, that car looks familiar.
thought so. Those birds are repeaters. That's the third polling place I've seen them go in today.
Let's go.
Here comes that same car.
Look, man of action, don't point. It isn't good manners, and you're liable to get our blocks knocked off.
Do you think that car contains the same men we saw voting at the last polling place?
Absolutely.
Oh, you're wrong, Jenks. That's the same car, but they're not the same men. They're not repeaters.
Keep your shirt on, boss. Get to the car and be ready for a quick getaway.
Got a match?
You were right, Jenks. They are repeaters. Voting twice in the same place by disguising themselves with masks.
Well, what are we running away from?
We've got to save these pictures. They're valuable evidence. Pull over at that car.
Sentinel office by now. It's the police. Come on. It's all right, Jakes. I run them hoodlums away.
Extra, all about that election scandal. Extra. Get that Sentinel extra. Ballot boxes stuffed with illegal votes. Extra. Read about those stuffed ballot boxes. Extra. John can be elected mayor. Extra. Read about the new mayor. Extra. That John can be elected mayor. Extra.
Congratulations, Mayor Canby. Come over in the morning and I'll give you a list of appointments I want you to make.
You're the district attorney, and there's plenty of evidence to prove wholesale fraud in this election.
What do you want me to do?
Subpoena the ballots and put them in a safe place.
Why?
So we can fingerprint them and prove illegal handling.
That's a great idea, but it'll take 2 days to obtain possession of those ballots through a court order.
Well, that won't do. The minute the gang and back of Canby find out they're going to be subpoenaed, they'll destroy them.
I'm afraid that's the best I can do.
All right.
Court will order ballots impounded tomorrow. Extra. Got this paper here.
Ogden, those ballots have got to be destroyed tonight.
Where are they now?
Stored in the tri-state warehouse.
The warehouse might burn down.
No, the fire might be put out before the ballots were destroyed. You better have the boys hijack them out of the warehouse and burn them on the road somewhere.
Okay. Dean will know how to handle it.
Get the Hornets disguised, Kato.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Banks Incorporated?
Yes, sir.
This is the Daily Sentinel speaking. We've had some heavy collections come in since the banks have closed.
want an armored car?
Yes, that's right. An armored car at the loading platform as soon as possible. Yes, thanks. Goodbye.
What you do now, Mr. Britt?
I'm afraid, Kato, the Green Hornet is going to have to do what the law has been unable to do. Prevent those ballots from falling into the hands of crooks.
What do you fellas want?
Somebody here phoned for a bank car.
Nobody told me nothing about it. Come inside, we find out.
Sorry, old man, but you'll be all right in a few minutes.
That's the last of the ballots.
Sure you got them all?
Yeah. I checked them off this copy of the warehouse receipts. I snitched from the election commissioner's office.
Okay, Pete. Phone the chief, we're loaded.
Hold it.
The Green Hornet.
And what do you want? For you to do exactly as you're told. There's an armored car coming here. I want you to unload the cases from that truck and put them in the armored car.
We are not.
All right, you asked for it.
No. Don't shoot. We'll do what you say.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Keep them covered. I'll take a look. Nice work. I'll be back for them later. I'll take the Westwood Pike to Valley Spring Road. Then use the cutoff. You follow me.
Hello, this is Pete. The Hornet down Dean and Corey with that devil gun. He's on his way with the ballots.
You poor saps. 3 against 1. You let that racketeer outsmart you.
I'm telling you, you can still stop him.
What?
Going by the way of the Westwood Pike to Valley Spring Road. Andy's up at the Morthison place. Phone him and have him get busy.
But this'll stop the armored car, Andy.
Here comes the Green Hornet now, in the armored car. Come on.
Up in the sky, look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound, this amazing stranger from the planet Krypton, the Man of Steel, Superman. Possessing remarkable physical strength, Superman fights a never-ending battle for truth and justice, disguised as a mild-mannered newspaper reporter, Clark Kent.
Sorry I can't go with you, Lois, but I have another story to cover.
Oh, that's all right, Clark. I'll see you in the office.
This looks like a job for Superman.
Superman.
Uncanny how Superman turns up just when you need him.
I didn't even get a chance to thank him.
Up in the sky, look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. This amazing stranger from the planet Krypton. The Man of Steel. Superman. Possessing remarkable physical strength, Superman fights a never-ending battle for truth and justice. Disguised as a mild-mannered newspaper reporter, Clark Kent.
Send in Lois Lane and Clark Kent. Give me a follow-up on this bullet car story.
Metropolis. Attention. The destruction of your police station today was only a small demonstration of our power. Unless your mayor turns over the entire funds of the city treasury, power plants, firehouses, and all municipal buildings will be next. Take heed. This is your last warning.
What are the authorities going to do about this, Mr. Mayor?
We won't be intimidated by criminal threats. Law and order must and will prevail. Presses have stopped.
presses of stuff.
This looks like a job for Superman. Nice going, Lois. Another great scoop for you.
It was easy. Thanks to Superman.
Well, I hope you enjoyed those. Make sure you give us a like on Facebook if you can under Don's Breakfast Cereal or Donald O'Malley. And thanks again. We'll see you next week for the end of these chapters. Again, thanks again. This is Don O'Malley.